All right, guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to fix these little electric go-karts for around $5 each. Let's get into it.
Holy moly!
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Oh boy, we got some more toys. So check this out. To add to the collection of wheels, I got the ETM, the Stark Varg, the four-wheeler, the golf cart, the 4 bikes, this guy.
And everybody's laughing.
I just picked up these little go-karts from a guy on Facebook Marketplace the other day. They are not the fastest, but I think it'll make for some kind of fun content. I picked them up for $120 for the pair. They don't work, but the guy says they have good batteries, which he said they have an 18-volt battery because these are 36-volt totals. So they have two 18-volt batteries. I don't know if that's true or not. So that's what we're going to check today. So I'm going to try to troubleshoot these guys and get them running by the time the girls get home from school, and we're going to take them out for a rip. One will drive this one will drive that one, is my hope. So let's see if that'll work. So as you can see, they're both the same, but they don't look the same. And that's because that one is extended and I shortened this one up. So you can extend these out. There's little buttons underneath it here. You press these buttons and then this whole front end comes out, just like that. And then you lock it back into place. So that's pretty cool. You can adjust the sizing of it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to check the battery. I ended up getting kind of into a rush and not having a ton of time with the guy. And I wanted to do it right there in his garage to make sure the batteries are good, because if the batteries weren't good on this, it wasn't really even worth the money, because you can end up spending like $60 on batteries alone, especially if these are 18 volts, as he said. I don't think I've ever even seen an 18-volt battery, so I'm really curious to see that. So I believe there's a little locking pin right here. We'll open these up. Okay, so I believe this will come out now somehow. So I've got that unlocked. Okay, so there's the seat. Pulled the seat out. There's another locking pin here. So we'll turn that to unlock it. It's got a switch here to turn the power on, which the power turns on. There's a little light there. And one of these is supposed to be the throttle. It says it has a full battery. So you can see the light works. You can hear something click back here. And then over here you can see it has a full battery. So this is the pin, one of the locking pins that I removed here. And here's the other one. Now it looks like this whole wing mechanism needs to come off. So I'm gonna do that now. Let me get a really long Phillips head screwdriver. There's one Phillips head screw right here. Can you see this one? So this one and on the other side. Oh, I just now see the charge port. Looks like that's the charge port for it. Okay, I got all the screws removed. Now this cover should come off. There we go. There's a fuse for it. So let's go, before we do anything further, let's get a voltmeter, hook it up to this baby, and see if we got voltage. 17.84 on one, and 19 on the other. What's the math on that? That seems too high. That's crazy high voltage. I've never even seen a 18-volt lead acid. Okay, so we know we got good voltage here. So now I'm gonna check this fuse out. So I'm gonna put it in ohms, go across this fuse, and it's got 0.2. So it's not open, which means it's not broken. So that's good. Good batteries, like he said. He wasn't lying about that. Okay, so right now, we know we got good voltage. So the next step, and the fuse is good. So those are the two simple things. Okay, so I just got done doing a little bit of research. So this has a controller that is a CSC 24-T-2B. So after some research, I'm looking at this control board, and it's a 24-volt control board. And the guy told me he replaced the board on it before. So I'm almost wondering if it's got the wrong board in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the other one. It's nice to have two of them right side by side. So I'm gonna push this one out of the way. I'm gonna bring the other one over here. All right, so this one, this has a CS3-36TS-1, but it still says DC 24 volts. So the board is a little different, although it looks the same. Okay, these things have turned into quite the challenge. I kind of thought they were gonna be something nice and easy, but I'm still working on it. Just had some lunch, had a little opportunity to take some things apart off camera real quick. And so I wanted to catch you guys up on that. All right, so this one right here is where power and the switch went to. This one right here was the throttle. This one right here was the charger. This one was right here is all these accessories. This is your power from the battery. And then this is out to both your motors. Left or right. All right, so for this, I'm just gonna use two jumper leads. All right, so this is a red positive. And I'm gonna go right to the battery, which is red. And then this one is black. I'm gonna go it to black. Holy mackerel. So the motor works there. That's fast too. So that's good. It'd be nice to have all this other stuff working. I'm not about to spend money on a new control board and all that. I'll just hook it right to that throttle and it'll just be an on-off switch. So I'm gonna go get a momentary switch from Home Depot. So I'm about to hop on the Varg and run over there real quick. Mode 1? No, I don't think so. We need to get back with the quickness. I got a project to do. We're going in mode 5. All right, I think this one will work. So it's momentary on, normally off. And when the button's pressed, it's on. It's only for 6 amps, but should work.
Like an e-receipt? Thank you for shopping at the Home Depot.
I'm back for you punks. You got switches right there for you. All right, so this is your charge port down here, right? Comes up, goes into here, and now all I got this is reverse fed back to the battery post. So you got your black lead and your red lead, and all I have that going back into the battery. So this is a 36 volt charger. So you just charge back to both the batteries. Make sure I'm on the right wire. Okay, yep. Okay, so now I'm gonna lift it up and you press it and see if both the tires spin. Oh yeah! That's what we're talking about right there.
Wait, is this a stop? It's gonna stop.
Yeah, we don't have a stop. We only have a go. We're only worried about going.
Oh.
So this is just temporary. Again, this is just a temporary thing. I'm gonna be making it into the throttle. Punch it, see what happens. Well, I feel bad. I feel like I cheated on you guys. But if you watched the live stream, I didn't really. So I've been working on this go-kart, right? A new day, a couple hours later. So this is it. Let me show you a quick little, I got to demo it. Now that I've told you, I got it here. It works. If you didn't watch the live stream of my youngest daughter driving it, I got to at least show you. It doesn't like my weight. I'm just going to do a quick rip so I don't ruin this thing. Here's the throttle right here on the throttle, on the steering wheel. Here we go. I'm gonna get off of it because it doesn't like me. Watch this graceful dismount. What I'm going to do is show you guys today how you can fix your go-kart for less than $5, which is pretty incredible. Go-kart, any one of these electric toys, basically what we're gonna do is bypass everything. So they've made them now where they have so many things involved with it. Radios, lights, high, low speeds, reverse. So there's so many different things now, and they have all these controllers that run them, but you can't get any information about these controllers. So as you saw, I tried to troubleshoot the last one, but it's so hard to troubleshoot these things because you don't know what the PCBAs even are doing or why they're there, what they're doing. There's all sorts of these controllers, but there's no information about what the controllers are. You have to basically troubleshoot it, which is what we were doing in the previous part of the video, to try to figure out what everything does. We're just gonna keep it simple, you know? KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Something I learned in the military, it always works. So what we're gonna do today is, again, get these both operational off of just an open and closed switch. So what we have here is two 18-volt batteries, right? This is how it comes from the factory. So 36 volts total. There's a plug on the back right here. This plug goes up into this plug right here. Oh, we just disconnected. I made these out of terminals so that I could just see it, try it out first before we went off full in. So you got a black lead and a red lead. They both go into this plug, and from there, the plug goes in and you charge both of the batteries at the same time. So 36 volt charger into two 18 volt batteries, it works out perfectly. What we have to do is, I'm gonna give you a quick little rundown on this wiring. So we got one red wire coming off of the positive. It goes into this 25 amp fuse. Then off of the fuse, it comes another red wire, which goes into this plug. Now this plug normally goes into your controller, so we're taking the controller out of it, and now you have this plug. So you have a black wire and a red wire. It's at 36 volts. So now we need to take that 36 volts to the rear wheels. So to do that, I take one wire off the red lead, and it goes up here into the switch to one side of the switch. And then on the other side of the switch is another red wire that goes into the positive of one of the motors. And then I use a jumper lead that goes over to the other motor. So it's just being jumped, the 12 volts is being carried over to the other motor through a jumper lead. And so when you close this loop, that applies 36 volts. So I'll think of it like it's a switch. So think of it as an normally open switch. And when you press the button, it closes it. So when it's open, no connection. And when you press it, it closes it. All right, we're back to this plug carried over. Now we have the negative side. So what we're gonna do to the negative side is we're gonna create a jumper between the two negatives off of the motor. Okay, so we got this jumper and this jumper going between the two motor leads. And then we're gonna take one wire and into the negative side of the battery right here. So this is the plug for the battery. So negative comes up into the black wire, which comes back to the negative lead. And that's how we create a working go-kart with no thrills, no lights, no nothing, just go. So let's get into it. Let's do the wiring on it. I'm gonna cut these plugs off of it. Originally, I was just gonna leave the plugs on, so that way in case I ever decided to get a controller for it, I could just easily put it in, but I'm never gonna do that. Once it works like this, I'm gonna just leave it. So what I'm gonna do is take this wire, cut everything, cut all the plugs, solder on all the connections so I don't have to use all my butt connectors, because I'm gonna have to do this ×2. So I'll use some free solder.
Okay, so now at this point I decided to go ahead and do the inevitable and cut the plugs off. Take the old switch off that I had duct taped to the steering wheel for the girls on the live to try out. So now I'm just hooking all the wires together, soldering them up. And for this one, I'm just doing your positive and your negative. And then I'm adding the charger to it. So here you can see I flipped it over, and now I'm using the wire fish tape puller. And all I did was attach the wire to that so I could pull it through these rails that are on the bottom of it. And these are the adjustment rails. So it kind of made for a nice little chase to run the wires through, so they were out of the way. I just left a little bit of extra slack in case we wanted to make it smaller or longer. And so here now I'm just attaching the wires in the back, and again soldering in that electrical charger, the 36 volts to that one. That one, I don't know what that's to. One of the ones to the switch. I guess that's probably going to the motors. Those two wires are the motors. And you got the negative side over here now. So probably to the motors as well. Putting on some heat shrink. Careful, that stuff gets hot. I burned my fingers on that one, and I decided to use a tool on the second one. So this is what it looks like all finished up. So if you need to pause the part here.
Okay, so now I got all the wiring done in the back. I'll be able to put the lid on all that, secure that up. And up here is my two wires. So these are the ones I just got to make a connection with. So if you watch this. Somebody just asked, can you just do a push button instead of pushing it to the throttle? And you know what? Yes, I can. I did that the other day. Put it right here on the throttle and just duct taped it just temporarily. And to be honest with you, it did work better. Because this one down here, my daughter was pushing on it yesterday, and obviously the other one off to the side, it quit working for some reason, so I'm gonna have to pull all that apart again. So maybe you're right. The only reason I took it off of the throttle or off of the steering wheel last time is because I just put the wires right here. But if I ran the wires down, there's plenty of space underneath it here, and I just put it right here in the steering wheel. I think you're onto something. Because my daughter actually enjoyed doing that better. She just pressed the button right there. Okay, so there it is. It's all hooked up. Now I got the switch right there. The wiring underneath of it. I'm gonna zip tie this to the center console here. But yeah, she's good to go now. You just press the button. Oh, and I got it charging. It's probably not the best for it. So now I gotta figure out this one. I'll probably do the same thing, just do the throttle right here, because if you saw the live stream, I went to press on the throttle on this one, and this used to work yesterday, but now something happened to it. I gotta figure out why this one doesn't work. I'm probably gonna end up running it and doing the same wiring on this.
Holy moly.
3, 2, 1.